probably. But welcome everybody to NR2003 predicts the Daytona 500. This is something that I wanted to do for a little while, is a stream where the game predicts races. I figured it's Super Bowl Sunday, the Daytona 500 is in a week. And what we are going to do is have a 50-lap race at Daytona using the Next Gen 4 version 2 mod with 2021 cars, although I have had to make a little bit of changes because it's about a month or so old and it hasn't been fully updated. However, that still doesn't stop us from putting on a great show. Now, I have a co-commentator with me. Co-commentator, please introduce yourself if you feel comfortable to do so.
No.
All right, great start. But, yes, I have a co-commentator with me. Scarfy's got other stuff going on. Cruz is watching hockey. If you didn't know, I'm your host, Naka. I run OBS and all the stuff for our other streams. And I do have a guest commentator with me. Wiz, would you like to say something about yourself, or?
I got a rock.
All right.
It's a nice rock. His name's Jim.
Good enough. So, I'm going to bring up our starting line music. Because, get back into rear chase mode. For our starting lineup for the Daytona 500, we have Denny Hamlin on the front row alongside Kevin Harvick. Penske teammates Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski line up in row 2, with William Byron and rookie Chase Briscoe in row 3. Row 4 shows Hendrick teammates of Alex Bowman and Chase Elliott. Behind them is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and other Hendrick teammate Kyle Larson. Kurt Busch, the 2017 Daytona 500 winner, lines up alongside 2016 Daytona 500 runner-up Martin Truex Jr. And behind them are Penske satellite teammates of Matt DiBenedetto and Ryan Blaney. Behind them is the 34 of Michael McDowell and Kyle Busch alongside them. And Ford teammates Ryan Newman and Eric Almirola line up behind them. Tyler Reddick looking to win in his third attempt in the 500 alongside Christopher Bell in the 20 car. Behind them is the 38 of Anthony Alfredo alongside brand new to Chip Ganassi, Ross Chastain. Chris Buescher lines up at the 17 for Roush Fenway Racing alongside alongside Daniel Suarez in the Trackhouse number 99. Eric Jones lines up for Richard Petty Motorsports in the 43 car alongside 2311 Racing's Bubba Wallace. We have Kaz Grala in the Colleague Racing entry for the Daytona 500 alongside now non-chartered JTG Doherty driver Ryan Preece. Cole Custer for Stewart Haas Racing in the 41 lines up alongside Spire Motorsports' new driver Corey LaJoie in the 7. Behind them is Timmy Hill. Music's too loud. Well, this is kind of a trial and error stream, so bear with me on that. And we move on to Ty Dillon in the Gaunt Brothers number 96. Behind them are the Rick Ware cars of Garrett Smithley and 1990 Daytona 500 winner Derek Cope. Jamie McMurray lines up in the Spire Motorsports number 77 alongside James Davison, with Quinn Houff lining up alongside BJ McLeod. And rounding out the final row is JJ Yaley and Ryan Ellis. What we're going to have here is a 50-lap race to determine who wins the Daytona 500. Now, I have had to take some liberties with cars because there are some entries that are in there. There are others that are not listed because, again, this mod's about a month and a half old. But I do want to thank Noah Sweet, a.k.a. Lefty, for all of his work that he did for this mod.
Drivers, start your
And that is the command to get the race underway. I'm going to turn that down a little bit. I'm using the night variant of the BBMC 2020 Daytona Super Speedway. And hopefully, we're going to get some hard racing in here. Normally this runs a 160 lap variant. I modified the track.ini to get 200 laps because I think the cars look better under the lights. Granted, I am working with an 18-year-old game at this point. So, yeah, we are underway for the pace lap. Normally there'd be a couple pace laps, but that's not really something that we can do with NR2003. If it was iRacing, on the other hand, which I don't have, I could work something out, because then I can just get all the stuff off Trading Paints and then just have the AI do it, and it's probably going to be, it would look better and all that kind of stuff, but I'm working with what I got.
Yep.
So, not only is this a prediction stream for next week, this is technically a kickoff for Speedweeks, because the Busch Clash is on Tuesday, Daytona 500 pole qualifying on Wednesday, Thursday is the Gatorade Duels, Friday is the Truck Series race, Saturday is ARCA and Xfinity, and Sunday, the 14th, Happy Valentine's Day, is the Daytona 500. Now, it's one thing to predict this race, but we have to understand there's a bit of an elephant in the room. The Super Bowl is today. So, who do you think's gonna win?
The commercials.
I mean, it's one thing,
They're the true winners here, let's be honest.
because it's Tom Brady and the Bucks who have been a standout team this year. I think the Bucks could have gone to the playoffs last year had famous Jameis not thrown 30 picks.
But regardless, pace car in the pit road, green flag in the air, let's go.
Buggity, buggity, buggity! Let's go racing, boys! Not getting the best frame rate, but it's probably because I'm streaming it and server sharing, and yeah. But, cars going to turn 1. Denny Hamlin takes the lead early. Kevin Harvick kind of falling back a little bit, with Joey Logano giving a little bit of a push to the number 11 of Denny Hamlin.
As Hamlin goes up to the high side.
Hamlin does go... Nope, still kind of in the middle. Kind of blocking two rows at once. And as they come out of turn 4, it looks like Denny Hamlin's going to lead the first lap. Don't really have any back markers falling out right now. Nice.
Yep,
solid,
there goes
clean.
Hamlin leading lap 1.
Yep, nice, solid, clean first lap. Pulling out a little bit of a gap over Joey Logano. Still kind of 2x2 behind the 22. A little bit of a gap between the 47 and the 9 car, but it looks like, you know, they're keeping up in the draft. They're still pretty close. 6 goes up and try and catch the draft behind the 47. Now Denny Hamlin's got a solid lead.
Hamlin doesn't have that much of a draft, so he might get swallowed up here.
Might
We'll
get
see.
swallowed up, but, you know, he's got to do a lot of blocking. Still looks like it's pretty clean out front. He is going for number 3. And speaking of number 3, it's been 20 years since we lost Dale Earnhardt. We're going to go silent for this lap. Denny Hamlin with a strong lead at the beginning of this race, but
That pack has caught back up to him.
that pack has caught back up to him. There's a lot of positions changing in the middle of the pack. As I duck back out, let's bring it back to the lead car. Kevin Harvick and Brad Keselowski have gotten ahead of Joe Logano, and rookie Chase Briscoe in his first attempt at the Daytona 500, making his full-time debut for Stewart Haas Racing.
Yep. And it looks like both lines don't really have a proper advantage. The bottom has a little bit of one, but it's nowhere near as pronounced as it normally would.
Nope. whole lot of cars dropping back. It looks like Ryan Ellis in the 32 car for Go Fast Racing is charging the rear, but he's not too far back. Taking a look at the Delta right now. It's about 2.5, it's about 3 seconds between the leader and position number 40. It looks like Brad Keselowski's going to try and make
Keselowski's trying to go low, trying to get a pass on the 11.
And
it's not going to happen.
11's
going to have a little bit of momentum.
And the pack's catching up behind him. Denny Hamlin's just got that little bit of an edge. And it looks like...
But Keselowski will be on the bottom going into 3 and 4.
That bottom line is where you want to be in 3 and 4. And it looks like he's
Keselowski's going to make the pass.
He's got the advantage coming out of 4. And it looks like he's going to lead lap number 5 into lap 6.
And now Keselowski's getting some help on the bottom with William Byron coming up.
Looks like the 24 and the 48 are trying to do some teammate work, trying to make some moves. And it looks like William Byron is going to get a little help from the 21 of Matt DiBenedetto. Looks like Denny is going to get shuffled back a little bit. He's going to fall in behind the 48 of Alex Bowman.
And new leader by a front bumper, William Byron.
Actually, it's Brad Keselowski.
Nope, Keselowski took it back. But Byron's going to have a little bit of help going into 3 and 4 here.
Chase Briscoe's trying to make a little bit of a third line with his teammate of Kevin Harvick behind him, 2007. Nope, Brad Keselowski's still got a solid lead. Solid meaning by half a car length, but...
Yep.
There's a lot of help in this pack between teammates, not so much teammates, and... man, that 48 car is actually looking pretty good. Matt DiBenedetto trying to make it 3 wide. Or it is 3 wide. That top line is getting shuffled back.
Looks like the bottom and middle are the ways to go right now. But Wallace made it up through the field quite a bit there.
Oh yeah, he did. It's 3 wide for a couple rows. Let's see. Keselowski's still ahead of the 24, who's got a bit of help. He can choose which line he wants to go in. Keselowski would need a block.
Yep. Keselowski and Byron the only ones that can pick rows right now. Everyone else 3 wide right behind.
A little bit of a gap in that middle row. Might be an opportunity for some drivers to try and push forward and get that gap closed. It's looking like Truex is leading that, is right behind the 24 of William Byron right now.
Yep, looks like that middle line is moving now.
That 34 car, wow. Front Row Motorsports knows how to bring good cars to super speedway races.
That they do. Remember, their one and only win was on the sister track, Talladega.
Where the start-finish line isn't in the tri-oval. Gotta remember that every lap at Talladega. You gotta be reminded. The start-finish line's not in the middle of the tri-oval.
It's down toward turn 1.
Truex trying to look for some redemption after that heartbreak in 2016, losing by, what was it? Wasn't even a tenth of a second, I believe. It was just by a nose. Eric Jones and Matt DiBenedetto are bringing up that little kind of short line behind Brad Keselowski. William Byron's going to fall back a little bit. Might have a little bit of draft help from the 20. DiBenedetto's kind of out in his lonesome right now. He's got to get some help. It looks like Michael McDowell and Joey Logano are coming down to help.
Yep. But Brad's doing a pretty good job out in the lead right now.
Brad is doing a good job in the lead.
With Gibbs' teammates Martin Truex and Christopher Bell trying to hunt him down.
Looks like he's got a pretty clean race so far. Denny Hamlin's been shuffled back a bit. He's currently right behind the 48 and the 23. Yep. See what it looks like overhead right now from our helicopter. The Subwuffer.
This helicopter view brought to you by nothing.
It's actually brought to you by Subwuffer Entertainment. Brad Keselowski's got a solid lead over the pack right now.
But as we've seen before with Denny Hamlin, that's not always the best case scenario. That pack is going to catch back up to him at some point.
Kind of a little bit dicey right now with the 34 and the 22 kind of leading the middle, with Kurt Busch leading the bottom. The 21's kind of floating back and forth right in between those two packs, and that high line's starting to get shuffled back a bit.
Yep. Benedetto is trying his best to bring 2 lines with him. As he goes into the middle.
See, what is the split? The 66 and the 32 have fallen off hard. The 66 last time at the line was 9 seconds back.
Hey, you know, I sort of applaud that strategy, but it's not always the best.
And it would make sense in a 200-lap race, but this is only a 50-lap race. It's a nice even number. It's quarter distance, so technically this is a Daytona 125.
I guess this means we're also quasi-predicting duel.
Yeah, but then I'd have to do like a row 1 and a row 2. I could have done that, but that was...
Yeah, we don't need to do that, though. Kozlowski's still with a pretty good lead.
And I'm not doing stages because I also don't have like a caution control thing. However, looking like that 21 is trying to size up a move on his Penske teammate of the 2. Now you may notice in this mod, the Penske cars are in Dodges as well as the Chip Ganassi cars, because in their heyday in the mid-2000s they used to run Dodges, and the 21 has always been a Ford Motor Company team. But in real life, Penske runs Fords and Ganassi runs Chevrolets.
Yep.
Matt DiBenedetto all over the rear bumper of the 2 car, Brad Keselowski, in that discount tire scheme.
Yeah, DiBenedetto has closed that gap really nicely. Let's see if he'll be able to make a move.
Looks like he's getting help from... Oh, the 22's trying to make a move on the 2 of them, but I think he might stall it out. Nope, he's got that bottom momentum.
Yep.
It's looking like it might work.
Looks like DiBenedetto's going to fall back a little bit here.
He's going to fall back a little bit because that high side does not work in 3 and 4.
But he's holding his ground, though.
He is
no help,
holding
though.
his ground. Nope, he's starting to shuffle back a little bit.
Yep, that's going to happen when you don't have help on that high side. Everyone is a little bit too far back there.
Michael McDowell pushing it 3 wide, leading that bottom line. Matt DiBenedetto falls back from 2 wide behind Joey Logano. There's still a little bit of a third line converging a little bit further back, but everything's pretty solid right now.
Yep.
Yeah, the 66 and the 32 have fallen back hard. They have lost the draft.
Oh, well. You got to hope for a caution to get back in it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. These AI drivers have been running pretty clean. I don't expect caution to come out.
You never know.
You never know.
How about McDowell taking that bottom line through? Taking that train around?
Doesn't have that big push. Keselowski's still got a strong lead. He's got help from that 22.
No line is really making a big move.
Yep, McDowell's got to get shuffled back into
up,
the middle
3
line.
wide.
Yeah, he's not gonna. Oh, thought they were going 4 wide. Looks like Ford teammate of Ryan Newman, who suffered that horrific crash in the 2020 Daytona 500, is going to help him.
Yep.
3 lanes going in. 3 lanes going into 1 and 2.
3 lanes going in, and Brad Keselowski's like, man, none of them are really moving.
Looks like Kevin Harvick's going to take the lead of that middle line. He's kind of blocking, trying to take that high line as well from Joey Logano, trying to take away the drafting help. McDowell's going to try and go down to the bottom. He's got room if he wants to take it, and that 3rd line's going to get shuffled back a little bit more.
Looks like McDowell and Harvick are going to tow around that bottom line. Oh, we got pit stops.
We got pit stops. Now we're going to try and check back on the race on pit road in a minute. A lot of the back marker teams as well as front markers. Ryan Ellis is coming in. I expect that 66 of Timmy Hill to come in as well.
Yep.
Looks like
they might finally have some help back.
Mm-hmm.
And the pit cycles are starting to go. But as for right now, it's Penske up front.
It's Joey Logano on the 22 with satellite teammate Matt Benedetto on the 21. I expect these other drivers to calm down real soon.
Probably in another lap or two.
Yep, here they
or
come.
right now. Although we still have a couple that are going to hang out for another lap.
On board with Matt Benedetto for pit stops. Looks like the 6 is taking the lead. Let's see, who's currently leading in the race right now? I believe it is the 6 car. Now, a couple cars coming into groups off of pits. Looks like that 16 car stayed out. There's the 8 of Tyler Reddick. The 10 of Eric Almirola. Got a little bit of some lap traffic in here, kind of shuffle things up.
Yep.
And by the looks of things, it seems like, yep, here comes Ryan Newman going down for his first pit stop of the day. Looks like we're going to have another round, probably close to about 32, 33 laps in, because I said it's 2 times pit stops. Give a little bit of effort.
So this should theoretically be done on one more stop.
Yep. Still showing the 6 is leading the race, but I don't know how things are cycled out right now. Kurt's shown in 36th. Chase Briscoe's shown in 12th. Who's the current leader right now? Everything's kind of all jumbled up. So I want to pay attention to the leader. Truex in 9th. Stenhouse in 7th. Matt Benedetto in 6th. Looks like Christopher Bell's in 8th. Oh, they still haven't cycled out because the ticker updates every lap, every time the leader crosses the start-finish line. So
right.
It's still showing. It's probably going to be the 16 that'll cycle out into the lead once everything's said and done. Actually, no, it won't. He's still coming in from pits. Yeah, Kurt's still shown probably a lap down in 37.
Probably.
No, he's tail into the lead lap. It is a 50-lap race, Mr. Dumb Idiot. I don't know. Let's see. As the field cycled out, we got some kind of groups and stuff going in. Again, there's no stages, so there's no pit strategy when it comes to that. Looks like Brad.
Looks like the field has cycled back out.
Looks like
Brad Keselowski back in the lead. Although Logano is trying to go after it.
Logano has taken the lead from Brad Keselowski. It's looking like there's a little bit of a 4-car pack right now up front. Unless a caution comes out, it's going to be some interesting pit strategy out of this race. A little bit of lap traffic with Timmy Hill behind him. We have reached the 40% mark in this race. See that? And the 47, the 21, the 23, 37, and 41, they're that next pack a couple seconds back. It looks like they're gaining a little bit on this pack.
Yeah, because it's a very small pack.
Yeah, it's a 2x2. This isn't your race for the win, folks.
Yeah, we got another small group behind them coming in.
Yep, looks like... I think Ryan Ellis must have grenaded an engine or something because he's 2 down in the pits. There's no work being done on his vehicle. Let's take a look at... Yep, it's got a pack. They're closing in. All these kind of packs are kind of eventually going to close in.
They should start to converge on each other soon.
Faltered a little bit this lap, but that might be due to lap traffic.
Probably.
Bring it back to the Bradkes. It's the Penske show up front, though I believe the 34 car gets their engines from Robert Yates. I believe they are a Roush satellite, not a Penske satellite.
What, the Roush Yates stable?
Yes.
Of engines?
Though I do believe Penske and Stewart Haas also get the Robert Yates engines as well. The Ford Like, the big teams at Ford are Penske, Stewart-Haas, and Roush.
Yep.
Timmy Hill just trying to get his lap back. And, yep, the 32 is out of the race, marked with a clutch issue. Oh, boy, there's kind of...
As this mean little group up here goes single file for a second.
I don't know what McDowell was trying to do down there. He was probably trying to get the 66 to go with him, trying to do a sucker hole, but...
The 66 doesn't want to cooperate.
Looks like that 20 car is gonna try and make a move on the 22 and try and get the lead off of 4. Let's see.
Christopher Bell is going to try it. But I think Logano's just going to slightly edge him out.
Yep. Had that little bit more momentum coming off the 4, but it looks like the 20 is getting help from the 2 right now, and it looks like the 34 is...
Everyone's going with the 20.
And it is...
And the 20 shuffled himself up.
Shuffled himself up, but he's now in the lead over Joey Logano.
Although Keselowski still got help on the bottom from McDowell.
And that bottom line might succeed because it's just that one extra car. It looks like Keselowski is about to take the lead in the middle of 3 and 4.
Yep. As Keselowski clears. Not quite, though.
Now, I know what you're thinking. The Daytona 500 is not going to be like this. That is correct. I'm working with the limitations of it's an 18-year-old video game, and they wouldn't go to pit stops with 18 laps into the race because that's too early unless they're trying to split a stage. Because I believe the field runs 40 to 45 laps, so they can either try and split it in, try and go 20 laps and then they can make it to 40 and then, you know, kind of do that, or they can go to 40, try and pit early so they don't have to come down for pit stops at the stage break. But with this, there's no stages. The racing's going to be a lot closer in the Daytona 500. Where is the 19?
Obviously.
Yes, the 19. We're talking 19. The 11 car is listed as 23rd. Now, he might do the strategy of early on, drop to the rear and go to the front. Later on, try and survive the wrecks, because that's kind of how Denny does it. That's how the Joe Gibbs Racing Toyotas especially do it. They try and hug at the back for the first couple stages, and then once it's stage 3, they try and push forward. Looks like that 20 car, Christopher Bell. I might have said Eric Jones every once in a while.
You did say Eric Jones earlier. Jones is in the 43 now.
He's in the 43 car. It's a little tough because he is in the 20 for a couple of years. It's a lot to get. Yep, that pack behind them is slowly but surely gaining. They might catch him within the next couple of laps, it looks like. And that 66 is just ever so trying to hold on to it to get that lap. What position is Timmy Hill being scored in? 39th. He is the first car on the lead lap. On the lead lap on...
First car on the lead lap? That would mean he's a leader.
Yeah. He is the first car a lap down. Looks like Briscoe's dropped way back. He has fallen far out of the draft.
Yeah, but you know, despite the fact that Timmy Hill's a lap down, he can still run up there because of the draft.
And that might honestly be a good strategy for Chase Briscoe because, you know, he is a good driver, but it's his first Daytona 500. I would probably see him drop into the back at the beginning of the race and just try and observe ahead of him. He's going to have help from his teammates of Kevin Harvick, who's won a 500, Eric Almirola, who's a great plate racer, and Cole Custer. I'm not sure what Cole Custer's track record is on super speedway races.
I don't know. We'd have to look at the records for it.
Yeah, we'd have to look at racing records.
He hasn't won, to my knowledge, though.
Probably not in the Xfinity Series, nor the Truck Series. But he did get that one in Kentucky last year and basically locked up the Rookie of the
Well, no,
Year.
I meant one on plate tracks.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, any package using 550 horsepower or less has become a plate track. Let's just think about it.
When you really think about it, yeah, because that's what they used to run at the plate, when they had the plate on there.
Yeah.
Although it looks like caution is out on the track.
Caution is out on the track. It's like The 43 of Eric Jones is a lap down now. Wonder what happened. Check and see what happened to the 43. Might have dropped oil or something on the track. There might have been a spin. That's, something happened in the tail end of the field. Let's see. 38-14. Looks like they're probably going to come down for pit stops now. They'll have a couple of pace laps. They'll be able to save fuel. There is some stuff still going on.
What is going on back here?
Let's take a look from the helicopter. Let's go on board. Let's go and observe Kurt Busch. Let's see what the hell happened up here. Because this might have been a whole part of it. Oh no, these guys were just trying to get stacked. Were trying to get slowed down.
They were just stacking up because they didn't have any brakes.
Yeah.
Elliott clobbers in there. The 96 Ty Dillon gets in there, and the 38
gets in there. But I want to see what caused the caution. See where exactly this happened on the track. I'm not sure if it was for fluid or anything like that. Oh, they're already slowing down by now. It might have been fluid on the track.
probably from Eric Jones.
Yeah, the drivers had some issues getting slowed down right there, so let's go back. Let's go back live.
As it looks like we had a bunch of people come into pit road on this caution cycle.
Yep, but what we're going to do is we're going to slow it back down. Looks like Logano's going to have the lead. He's going to bring the field down for pit stops. Yeah, but he's bringing the whole field down besides the 66, and that's probably...
That's probably just because of lap traffic, at least for the 66.
Mm-hmm. And it's probably the 37 of Ryan Preece. No, it's, yeah, it is Ryan Preece. I was going to lap down at some point.
Oh, Ryan Preece is 11 laps. Wait, no. No, he's not. I'm dumb.
No, that was Ryan
That was
Ellis.
the 32.
That is the Ryan Ellis, who I believe... Actually, I do believe Go Fast Racing is not entering the 500.
No, it actually looks like Preece is going to be the leader unless he comes in next lap.
Mm-hmm. Joe Logano leads his Penske teammate out front, and then it's the 20, the 34, the 8, the 41. So, things have kind of been shuffled up. I don't know if some of the AI took 2 or some of the AI took 4, but let's go back on board.
This is going to be really interesting seeing one driver that hasn't pit up front.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he does take the opportunity to go pit the next time by.
I'm going to speed things up. We're probably still going to go into green. We're not going to green just yet. Lights are still on the pace car. Yep, looks like the 66 is going to come into pit road.
But Preece is not.
Preece is trying to bunch up the field for whatever reason. Probably race control yelling at them saying, "Hey, blah, 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 blah."
Well, they should get a little bit closer to the pace car.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit, though.
Yes.
There we go.
No, I'm speeding it up. They're still doing 70. Whee! And we have made it back to the live feed. Lasky going low for whatever reason. I'm not sure if they're going to try and line up here, but the lights are still on the pace car, which means there's probably still 1 or 2 left to go.
Probably.
Now, I don't know if this is going to have a double file restart or a single file restart, because remember, 2003, this is still in the era of single file restarts, especially on plate tracks.
This is probably going to be a single file restart unless
Even though
Timmy Hill gets to line up on the bottom.
Looks like Keselowski's coming in.
Guess Keselowski's got a problem. That's his second time on pit road this cycle. Well, this is going to be really interesting because we've got one guy on old tires and everyone else right behind him.
One to go. This is one to go. Green next time by. What is Logano doing? What is Priest doing?
What is going on here? This is not right.
Looks like the 66 is going to try and take the wave around.
No, the 66 is going to go line up on the bottom because of the era.
Yeah.
But what is everyone doing here?
I don't know. Again, it's an 18-year-old game. It's a modified track file. It's a modified track for that matter. These are technically late model cars, not, you know, the Gen 6 cars. But go back to the TV cams for this. Yeah, Priest is scored as the leader. He's probably going to come down pit road next time by the looks of things. Nope, he's going to line back up.
Although he's lined up on the bottom. He's going to actually line back up. He should be on the top.
I don't know what's going on here.
I guess Priest is trying to draft with a pace car to save fuel?
Maybe so. Well, looks like he's lining up on the bottom again. Single file restart. Nope, he's coming down pit road.
Pretty interesting time to go down pit road.
Interesting problem.
So it looks like it's actually just going to be Joey Logano leading the field back around as we go back to green flag racing.
Yep, and that 66 is going to cause issues.
And virtually everybody dove onto the bottom.
What position is that 51 car in, I wonder? If that 51 car of James Davison's in 6th.
Well, it is a plate track. Anybody can win here.
Especially the Rick Ware racing cars.
Remember, Derek Cope is in the field. He could win.
By the looks of things, that 15 car's in 19th. Anything could happen. Logano's got a bit of a sizable lead on the field right now.
But it looks like McDowell has closed the gap.
McDowell's going to try and make a move with Tyler Reddick behind him.
Yep.
Oh, ooh, interesting development. 34 and the 8 go down low, leaving Logano out to dry.
Logano has just gotten hung out to dry here.
That 34 and 8 car going to the front. Michael McDowell, which is a pretty common sight for him to see him up front at plate races. He's a good plate driver.
New leader, 34. As we see Martin Truex trying to make something work on the bottom here.
Yep, he's trying to make that bottom line momentum work. We've got a couple of separated packs by the looks of things. All because of those lap cars.
Probably looks like a lot more just going to try and hang out.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that 37 has clearly lost the draft.
So I would expect that 37 to go a lap down here relatively soon.
Oh yeah, listed last time at the line, 34 seconds back. And that 34's got a sizable lead over teammates Eric Jones and Truex. Yeah, it's probably about 10-15 car lengths over those two.
Which that is a huge lead at Daytona.
Absolutely. And he's got no help eventually. He might be getting enough of an arrow push, but it looks like this high line's closing in a bit.
Probably because of the arrow push that they're getting off the 34.
Yeah. Yep, here they come. Closing in.
But McDowell's got enough foresight to look where they're going to go and try and block.
Truex diving kind of in between the bottom and the high line.
He's just going to follow McDowell until he can get enough momentum to pass.
He's going to follow Michael McDowell. McDowell, I'm sorry, I'm just making a joke at his name. Hey, if the 38 of Anthony Alfredo, who is dubbed Fast Pasta, Linguini, Meanie, and all these other pasta-related names, and he takes those names in stride, by the way. Tyler Reddick's going to try and make a move in the 19, but I don't think it's going to work. Oh, he might have...
No, not yet.
Nope, not yet. McDowell's going to try and cover the 19. 22 is looking to help the 8 car.
Right now, I sort of like that position McDowell's in because he can look and see where to block. But eventually he might just make a mistake. Cause a big pile up.
Let's go. On board.
On board with the 34.
In a good sizable pack of cars right now. Well, we should probably check up on what's happening on further back in the field. Where is... Yeah, there's a lot of single file behind this kind of lead pack.
Yeah, it looks like they've just got a sort of a second pack forming here.
A lot of cars spread out. The 6 got damaged somehow. That might have been what caused the caution earlier. Or it might have been in that stack up.
It was probably in that stack up.
Even behind them, a lot of cars have fallen kind of out of the draft. Looks like Corey LaJoy and Anthony Alfredo have kind of a 2-car thing going on. Quinn Half's at the back. Kurt Busch is at the back.
Kurt Busch is falling out.
Chastain.
And there's Ross Chastain.
Something's happened to the 9-car. That
Chase Elliott had suffered a lot of damage in that stack
might have
up.
just been damage from that stack up. Yep, and it looks like the field, the main pack is closing in on Ryan Preece.
The field has caught up to McDowell, but McDowell has got a really good shove going from Tyler Reddick in the 8.
And Tyler Reddick's actually a pretty good plate racer. I mean, did you see that Xfinity win he had in 2018 where it was .000 at the line?
Mm-hmm.
They had to go to a 10,000th of a second to determine his victory. And even then, it was a low 10,000th.
Probably like 1 or 2 or something like that.
It was like 3 10,000ths of a second.
Jeez. And it looks like the field is going to catch up to Ryan Preece here.
Yep, he had to come down with... he went down when they were coming to green, I believe, actually.
That he did.
That is, reminds me very much of Spingate, not in a good way.
But I don't see the 47 anywhere near the... No, the 47's in 4th.
Yep. But no help at this point. Preece, he's just kind of riding along at this point, trying to get points and money for JTG, knowing that that car is not a chartered car anymore. I can't remember where that charter went to. But he does have plans to compete full-time. It's just they have to earn their spot in the field now for qualifying.
Mm-hmm.
Which means with these tracks that aren't going to have qualifying, they're just going to do draws. Oh, he's causing issues.
Oh, he's caused issues. Kyle Busch to the inside.
Kyle Busch is going to take the lead. What are you doing, Preece? Get out of the way. Now, if fights were simulated in this game, the 34 would definitely go after the 37 at the end of the race.
Oh yeah, and would you look at that? The 47 down the bottom. Gonna try and help Kyle Busch by and maybe steal... There he goes, looking low.
And those two don't have good blood. Remember 2017. The spring race at Talladega, Kyle was out for blood when it came to Ricky Stenhouse trying to criticize him.
Also, it looks like Cole Custer's up there, too.
Yep, Cole Custer's kind of leading the bottom line. Looks like that 47 car is going to be out-hung.
At 47 might have accidentally hung himself out there.
Oh, but he might be getting
Nope,
help
he
from his
looks like he's
teammate.
shoving
Looks
Kyle
like that-
Busch out.
Looks like that 18 car is really going to need to fall in line. Cole Custer's going to try and block 3 lanes at once.
Custer got help from his teammate Kevin Harvick to get out there.
And a pause in the quick pause in the NASCAR commentary. Yes, we will be able to do Mario 3D World. Cruz, Scarfy, and I will be probably doing a stream or two of that because that's got online play in the Switch port. If you didn't know that, so yeah, Mario 3D World is going to have. We're finally getting an online cooperative Mario game, albeit it's a port, and Chase Elliott is causing issues.
Chase Elliott has just split that pack in half.
What happened to Custer?
Here comes Bowman.
Oh, no, there we go. The damage mapping gets a little bit weird.
It's very 2003, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, and you're working with modded cars, modded tracks. It's all screwy.
Yep.
Looks like.
So now we've got a little 5-car pack here with Cole Custer, Ricky Stenhouse, Alex Bowman, Kaz Gralla,
in that
and Kyle
16
Busch.
car. Now, Kaz Gralla is a driver that's honestly slept on a lot. He's got good talent, but he's been kind of screwed out of rides time and time again.
I mean, we know Colleague and Xfinity, they're a really good team down there.
Now, that's going to be the 11 in the... if it's not the 10 car, it's going to be the 16 car of AJ Allmendinger, who's competing full-time in 2021 in the Xfinity Series. That's going to be a fun sight to see. And it's good to see him have fun in good equipment. Because, admittedly, you know, his career was kind of sidelined for a couple years when he tested positive for, I believe it was Adderall. When he was driving.
It was some sort of illegal stimulant.
It was some sort of PED, yeah. And then his career got sidelined, but eventually he got into the 47 and gave JTG Doherty their first win in 2014.
In a very spectacular fashion, may I add.
Oh, man. Allmendinger and Ambrose, those are two drivers I miss on road courses. Looks like they're catching the lap traffic of the Ganassi twins.
Yep.
The Ganassi twins.
Bowman's getting a pretty good, sizable lead out here.
Oh, yeah. But there's still a bit of a pack behind him that could close in. It's looking like
yeah, that pack looks like it's re-gotten itself back together,
Bowman's coming
and
down.
more green flag stops are occurring.
More green flag stops. It's going to be a pit strategy finish for the win.
Which means Kaz Gralla gets to lead a lap at the Daytona 500.
But it's looking like that gamble, that coming to green, pitting coming to green, that might have helped Ryan Preece try and win this race.
Possibly. We'll have to see how it cycles, though.
But if I have to guess, this kind of next line of cars is going to come down. Yeah, the 41 and the 16 are being held up by the Ganassi brothers. They're not brothers.
That being said, this is really interesting because we're coming down to 4 to go.
Yep, it'll be 3 to go next time by. The Ganassi twins are going to stay out. Alongside that, the 41, it looks like the 37's also staying out, trying to get his lap back.
Yep.
It looks like... Oh, man, the 23's been sidelined with damage. So right now it is the 41 currently leading the race 6 seconds over the 17 of Chris Buescher, who has probably come down pit road.
And you know what? Him staying out now, probably a good play because he's got help with the lap traffic.
It's looking like he and the 37 are probably going to come down pit road this time.
Although it looks like the Ganassi bros might also pit too. Oh, nope.
Up, it's only
just
Kurt coming down.
Chastain's going to stay out for another lap.
Yep, who's going to cycle out as the leader right now? Yep, and here comes Derek Cope coming in, hitting from P5.
Good to see Bubba Wallace back out on track.
And Bubba Wallace is scored in the 36th position. Had some right side damage, I know that much. But where does everybody cycle out? So where is the leader? It's going to be exciting. It might be an exciting finish here, folks.
It's going to be a very exciting finish.
You just got to figure out who's currently in the lead.
We'll figure it out.
It's like it's Cole Custer in P2.
And Custer did recently pit, so... Because he came in with a little bit of help.
Where is the 17 of Chris Buescher? Chris Buescher is still being shown in the lead, but does he have to come down pit road?
Buescher was already on pit road.
So, Chris Buescher might have played the pit strategy gamble. He may have just won this race, because it looks like everybody's pretty spaced out on the track right now.
Oh, nope, it's not Buescher in the lead.
He is in 11th. Let's bring it back to the 41 of Cole Custer. Looks like there's a caution out on the track. Somebody's spun. Somebody's in the wall.
Oh, what happened here? And this, I think, would change everything if this game allows for green-white checkers.
I don't know. Let's kind of go back and see what happened. Somebody hit the wall and spun. Oh, that's the pace car. Let's rewind, see if it was any of these guys back here.
I saw some smoke, so...
That might have been residual, I don't know. Oh, there's that super slow car. I think it was Chase Briscoe. Let's take a look at the 14.
Oh yeah, would you look at that? Briscoe's got some damage.
See what happened.
Oh, I see what happened.
Oh my! Derek Cope slow on the bottom.
Derek
Causing
Cope.
the Kevin LePage getting into the 34 and the 47. And that just ended all four of those guys' days. And Timmy Hill narrowly misses it. Now, will this bring up a green-white checkered? Let's fast forward back under caution. Because I was wondering why they were slowing down.
Because apparently it was a caution.
And I don't know if there's going to be a green-white checkered here. I don't think that green-white checkers were in place at super speedways at this time. Cole Custer might just be your winner of the 2021 Daytona 500.
Under yellow, apparently.
Yeah, but at that point, it could have been just like a green-white checkered finish under yellow, so... And I mean, if caution flies on the last lap, it does end under yellow. Not as exciting
That is true.
for fans, but at least they would go full distance. Nobody's coming down to pit, so... Cole Custer is probably going to be your race winner. I don't know if they're going to give a 1-to-go signal here at the starter stand. Nope, that's the white flag. That's race.
So Cole Custer would be your winner.
Cole Custer. Let's see. The official Subwuffer Entertainment NASCAR Racing 2003 season prediction of who wins the 2021 Daytona 500. That will go to Cole Custer. And let's just verify. We can speed up the replay process. Yep. An unexciting finish, but this is how they used to finish it back in the old days, except they used to race to the line, but can't do that anymore.
I mean, Dale Earnhardt won his only 500 under caution.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it an invalid win. Which
No, it doesn't.
Some people were complaining about the 2020 Indy 500s. Like, they could have done the race. They could have red flagged the race and, clean up the barrier. That would have been a 2-hour repair on that barrier. And plenty of 500s have been won under yellow, so a 500. So your argument's invalid. Yep,
It's just how it once was.
Yep, that is. I'm going to come down pit road this time by, and that is going to be the race. Now, let's go through our official standings. Paul Custer with the victory. Kyle Busch in second, Kaz Grala in third, Joey Logano in fourth, James Davison in fifth, Matt DiBenedetto in sixth, Kevin Harvick in seventh, J.G. Gailey in eighth, Alex Bowman in ninth, Truex in 10th, Reddick in 11th, Chris Buescher in 12th, Derek Cope in 13th, Christopher Bell in 14th, Kyle Larson in 15th, Jamie McMurray in 16th, Smithley 17th, 18th place will go to Ryan Preece, William Byron will not be a back-to-back winner at Daytona. He has scored in 19th. Michael McDowell caught up in that wreck. He'll finish 20th. Brad Keselowski 21st. Daniel Suarez in a good debut for Trackhouse Racing in the 22 in 22nd. Ryan Newman 23rd. Ricky Stenhouse in 24th. BJ McLeod in 25th. Ryan Blaney 26th. Ty Dillon for Gaunt Brothers Racing in 27th. Denny Hamlin will not get that three-peat. 29th, solid debut for Anthony Alfredo in the 500. Corey LaJoie in 30th. Chase Briscoe in 31st, because admittedly there was a lap car. Derek Cope caused that accident. Probably not going to see a penalty out of Derek Cope. 32nd, Eric Almirola. Quinn Half in 33rd. Kind of a rough day for 2311 Racing. Kurt Busch and Ross Chastain, the Ganassi twins, finished 35th and 36th, a lap down. Timmy Hill, the iRacing Pro Invitational Series winner at Texas, will finish 37th. Chase Elliott will finish a lap down because of the damage in that stack-up. Eric Jones will be out in the Richard Petty Motorsports 43 with a valve issue. And the Go Fast Racing entry of Ryan Ellis is out with clutch issues. Paul Custer will be your winner for the Daytona 500. Chase Elliott will not have a good day. He's never really had good luck at Daytona, so...
Except for the road course.
Except for the road course. But, that is going to be it for the stream today. It's a quick short little stream. Because I didn't want it to go for a couple hours. It's my first time kind of doing commentary. I do need to get better at commentary with NASCAR racing, though it's probably something that I'd like to do in the future is commentate at short tracks. However, thank you all so much for joining us in the chat. If you're watching this on the VOD, I'll get this out as soon as possible. Thank you for tuning in for that. Daytona 500 is just a week away on the 14th of February. And for those watching on Sunday, today, the 7th, have fun watching the Super Bowl. So thank you all so much for watching. I have been Naka/RKD. That has been GameWiz. And thank you so very much for attending, and take care now.
Ooh, excuse me.